What's up guys, welcome to the channel. Today we're going to talk about how you can fit all of this stuff into your Jeep Wrangler to go camping. Now if that sounds like something you'd be interested in, this is the video for you, but if you want to know exactly what is here to go camping, check the description below because I'm going to be releasing a video that is a full checklist for car camping. So if that sounds like something you need, check that out. But without further ado, let's pack your Jeep to go camping. Now, before we get too far into it, I just want to explain my thought process for packing the car to go camping. And that is basically to pack in reverse order. Now, when I say that, I basically just mean that you pack everything you're going to need last first. That way you don't have to dig through everything to find what you need. The one exception to this rule, and it kind of is a you use first, you use last kind of thing, at least for me, is a canopy. Now, I do this for two reasons. First being, I don't always need it first. If it's raining really hard, it might be something that I pull out and I pop up to start, but majority of the time, it's one of the last things I pop up just in case it rains or in case we need shade. The other reason being is a big safety hazard. So with anything you have, if it's really heavy, you want to try to put it on the bottom layer if possible. And I would prioritize that over your convenience. But if you have something that's up really high and you hit your brakes for whatever reason, it can become really dangerous sliding through your vehicle, and you want to eliminate that as much as possible. The next thing I load, and it's not always necessary, you could put it in the top, you can put it on the bottom, but for me, it just works best to put my folding table on the base. It's really flat, it's easy to stack stuff onto, and I found that if you put it on top, it also slides really easy. Now, you might notice that I have this mattress topper in here. Well, you probably don't know it's a mattress topper, but it is a mattress topper. And this is actually my old setup. I'm trying the rooftop tent for this camping trip. So this is just kind of an added bonus. You're probably not gonna have both. If you need one, you have it. If not, you don't. But this is basically just because I have a lot of friends that are going on this trip and they might need it and it fit. So it's in there. You probably won't. That's free to worry about. The next thing that I load is the camp chairs and my clothes. So typically when I get to a campsite, I don't need either of those right away. And I do find that if I pack my camp chairs a little more in the mix, that it forces me to set up my camp instead of just pulling out a chair, sitting down. And for me, it becomes a little dangerous because once I sit down, I don't want to get back up. So I put those in first and I'm gonna do that now. So you might notice that the chairs aren't the whole way up, and there's a reason for that. I plan on putting my food a little closer, and we're gonna do that next actually, but I do that for two reasons. One, I have snacks in my food bin, so if I'm driving and I want a snack, it's accessible. And two, I also don't need my food right when I get to site, and if I do, I usually just bring a snack of some kind and throw it in the front seat. So I'm gonna do that next. Along with food, I also put water on the bottom. One, because it's heavy, and two, because I usually don't need it while I'm driving, but it's still pretty close just in case. So along with food is the camp stove. I actually have a backpacking camp stove in my food bin also. So if I really need it, I can do it. I actually just picked this one up. I have not used it yet. And just for the record, if you guys want to see reviews or have any questions on any of this gear, just drop in the comments and I'll be sure to get back to you. I'll be going through comments for quite a while. So no matter when you're seeing this video, I'll probably respond to you pretty quick. But that being said, it's still in the box. I'm probably going to use it later tonight, maybe tomorrow. But yeah, this goes with the food as well. It will also more than likely be a little bit smaller than the box that it came in. I'm not sure how much smaller yet because I haven't opened it, but that's typically the case with most things that you get, except for tents and whatnot, which once you open it, it just never goes back to the same size. So before I forget, one of the next things I'm going to put in is this tarp. I try to put the tarp separate from all my stuff just in case when I need to use it and I go to put it back after a weekend of camping, and if it's all wet, it doesn't ruin all my stuff or get everywhere. So if you have a Jeep, it's a really good spot for it because I can't put much there. Since it's a soft top, if I put something heavy there or hard there, it can poke a hole. Tarp can't, so I put it right here. Even if you drive a different SUV, it'll still fit there, or at least close to there. You just might not have something to hold it. You can always use bungee cords or just put it in under your seat, whatever you prefer. It really, that's just kind of a bonus thing. So 2 more things I have that I don't need right away. This is a backpack that is literally just full of silverware, plates and stuff, and then my towels and washcloths for showering. I'm not gonna shower right when I get to camp. If I do, I plan very poorly, and I try not to do that. But every once in a while it happens, and you gotta dig for it. That's your fault. So this is gonna go right on the bottom as well. I do wanna be careful with these because they are like thin-ish plastic plates, but it's kind of a nice set, so I'd rather not break it. So this is gonna go right there, and we're actually gonna put this right there. So the next thing I'm going to recommend, if you can, is to get a camping dedicated bin. Now, this one seals for me, so it keeps dust and whatnot out, as well as a little bit of water. That's not necessary, especially if it's going to be in your vehicle, but if it's going to be in the bed of a truck or anything like that, definitely recommend some kind of dust and or water protection. But in there, I put anything that I probably won't need right away, but is nice to have. And I will cover that in 1 second. But first, I'm gonna pack it. Before I pack that, I'm also going to throw this in the back, just kind of loose. It's probably better to have it in some kind of case. I don't have one for it, but I'm gonna put this on top of my chairs and near my camping cooking stuff. That way, again, if I need it, it's right there. So I just had a heart attack because my screen went black and I thought I wasn't recording that whole time. For some reason, it just stopped recording. I think we're good now, hopefully, fingers crossed. But I'm gonna continue packing the bin and then cover what's in it. Before I do that, this is my bag of escape stuff, ropes, extra pins, just any kind of bungee cord, whatever you might need that's rope-wise or to hold stuff down, stakes and all that stuff. I'm gonna keep this up near my canopy because if I'm putting up the canopy or a tent or whatever, I'm gonna need this. Again, this is something I keep kind of accessible, so pretty close to the door. So either way, if I need it right away or don't, it's not in the way, but I can get it. So I'm just gonna go over here. So I have discovered what exactly I put in this, especially when I'm winter camping. And typically it's always the cold weather stuff. So like extra heated blankets if I really need to. Usually use 12 volt just in case I need to get in the car, do anything like that, or if someone I know needs to. I usually don't get cold on trips, but I have a lot of friends that I camp with a good bit that don't do so well in the cold. So bring those just in case. And yeah, so the bin is going to be, for me, all my cold weather gear. Some people use it for their food and camp kitchen kind of stuff, but I'm not gonna use that. So I'm gonna close it and throw it in. I almost forgot to mention, I also throw games as well as a mosquito net in there with some citronella candles. Again, just basically stuff that I'm gonna need right at the end and probably not going to be digging for. And then, yeah, so finish. So I almost forgot this stuff. It's my shower stuff. I have some soap, which, pro tip, put it in a Ziploc bag and then put it in a plastic bag. If it pops open, it usually stays in here and you don't have it all throughout your car and or suitcase. So I put that here, and then this is my toiletries, contact stuff, shaver, all that fun stuff. So forgot these. And they're with shower stuff. Okay, so the rest of the stuff that I have is stuff that I'm going to use pretty close to when I first get there, or what I'm going to need to use while I'm traveling. That being coolers, tent and bed stuff, and then my heater, which has diesel gas. So I need to make sure that that's easily accessible so I can fill it up, make sure I know how much I got, all that stuff. And also I try to keep the heater, I'm trying to keep the heater in my front seat when I travel alone. That way, because I have a weatherproof mat in there, so if it spills or anything, it's on that and not on the carpet in the back, which should make it easier to deal with if it does. So I'm gonna start with putting that up there and we'll go from there. I lied, I'm not gonna put it up there right now because I'm going to need it soon to heat up my tent just a little bit. Also, just trying that out. If you want any reviews on that, make sure you drop in the comments because I will. I All right, next thing we're going to put in is our tent and coolers. Now, it probably still looks like a mess over here, if you can still see that. But most of that stuff would be in the coolers. I just didn't get ice or get anything that needed ice. So for that reason, I didn't put it in the cooler. But I have some apples, some drinks, and that stuff. I'm not gonna pack it up just to unpack it, but I'll set that stuff aside so you know it would just be in the coolers. Now, one of the things I try to keep pretty close to on top, just in case I need it again when I first get there, is an umbrella. If I'm not gonna pop up the canopy, I got the umbrella. All right, so one of the last things that I try to pack is all my bedding stuff, because typically when I get to camp, especially with the tent, I just put it up and throw my bedding stuff in there right away. It's just quick and easy. And if I really need to, I can just climb on in. So I'm not gonna fold it up real nice because I don't wanna get it dirty, but this will go right on top. Pretty easy, especially if you're driving and your passenger needs comfort or whatever, you have it. Okay, so all I have left as of now, I should probably check my video settings. We got a little dark there for a second. It got dark and I got excited doing this, so apologize for that. But, so all we have left is a couple camp chairs, which I cheated and didn't put in there because I'm gonna need them. But they're actually super travel size camp chairs, and I'm using these for the first time as well. But you can literally throw them anywhere. You can throw them where I put them. You can throw them on top. Pretty small, shouldn't matter. But so I'm gonna set these out, not put them away. Actually, I'll throw them right on top just so we say it's packed. So after that, I have basically 3 different categories of things left. My video gear, which you're probably not gonna be packing a bunch of video gear, lights and all that fun stuff, so you don't have to worry about it. And then the rooftop tent stuff that I have, which goes inside the rooftop tent, which you also might not have. If you do have a rooftop tent and you want a different video on how that is, let me know. But that stuff goes in there. And then the last thing that's not gonna go in is the firewood and camp fuel. I put both of those separate and typically pick those up on the way. So in this particular case, it came in a nice box. I can throw it right up on top. If I need to, I'll throw down a tarp and just maybe move my cooler and throw a little tarp down, put the wood on top. That way it doesn't get all wet or gross in the back of the Jeep, especially if I have my mattress topper down. But yeah, again, that's something I typically get on the way. So that'll go right on top. I'll do that just to say we did it. All right, the rest of everything that I have out is video gear, my tank that's gonna go up front with me, and then all my other video gear or stuff that would be in a cooler. So pretend all this stuff is gone and in the Jeep because you won't have to worry about it. But that is exactly how you should pack your Jeep Wrangler if you're gonna go car camping or just camping in general. I really hope you enjoyed the video, and if you want to check out that car camping checklist, make sure you check the description down below. As soon as it's done, it will be linked, and I appreciate you stopping by. Until next time, peace.